Going towards the B site, we can see the bomb heading that direction, still trying to hold his own here inside ladder room. And with Alex there to support, they're actually able to at least trade out the 1-for-1 as steel will fall. But the bomb, it's still making its way in towards the site. There's only one player to defend. It's going to be mopoz. He's going to be left alone here as, unfortunately, Alex will fall towards short. But he's buying time, more importantly. And that nade, oh my god, right on the head of box. The bomb's now down, and it's a 2-on-2, now 2-on-1 situation.
Rotation's going to come in from shokz. It seems like mopoz has a pretty good idea, and well, mopoz's position is not.
Focus on that 1v1 to the man behind car and get the bomb down. But to have like two play, okay, well to have two players there on short, really, I think was a major part of the success of Movistar Riders on that last round. And well, speaking of success, Nemiga will get the initial kill here on the steel, trying to jump. Was he trying to jump through window?
Yeah, he was trying to jump out. I don't. Maybe his fault before they go for anything else.
Speaking of awkward, I was just about to say for Nemiga, it feels super awkward because they're just literally holding spots when they have such a huge man advantage. I mean, it's 5-on-3 again. You obviously don't want to lose those rounds, especially when it's a force-up round for you. But they definitely took their time to make anything happen, and well, now shokz going to be spotted out. They can easily send the bomb towards the A site. Now I'm assuming they want to hunt down this M4, though they don't want to lose out on too much here. But hey, you can't really not Nemiga too much there. They played that one relatively well, and I think you saw the kind of stress it put on Movistar because
coming in with 2 FAMAS, a deagles for smooya. He's walking straight into basically the whole team. 3 members ready and waiting. Information gathered, but I don't think that's going to help him out too much. Box running straight through the smoke will catch the timing onto Alex, and this is another round that's already over.
I think that Molotov that was just thrown was the first piece of utility Nemiga used in this round, and they're able to get themselves 3 kills. Obviously off the aggression. The smooya in towards Palace. Should be seeing Nemiga pull a 2-all scoreline. Now, if you were to actually give me a prediction of this series, by the way, I know you said it's pretty a close series overall. Who would you edge it out to? Because personally, I would want to say Movistar Riders, but just the success we saw them have against Budapest 5 just the other day.
Yeah, it's probably the hardest call to make of any of the matches because I do think the Nemiga are really, really difficult to play against. I think for my own sanity in my system, if Nemiga just out of sheer brute force, fast plays, playing as a unit, having decent fundamentals would do enough steal. Okay, that's one way to start off the round. He's going to get traded out. Nice shot from box. He has had a decent drop.
If they get this kill, it would be an AK. And Jo, he looks the wrong. No, what are you doing, shokz? Get the kill, bro! Oh, that's painful to see. The bomb spotted, yes, but that could have been an AK. The other 2 players out of Nemiga are coming up short. Tom, it's all gone wrong.
This was not the round for that. This was not the round for that. That might have just lost them the entirety of the round. He's going to have to gamble on the rest of his players. That was the bomb. That was the bomb in apartments alone. You need to make sure you get the kill in that scenario because they would have had absolutely no chance. There would have been very little time left to retrieve it, and he would have put this to bed. smooya, he's hitting the shots anyway, though. And luckily, it seems like shokz is going to outlive the embarrassment of that.
You know? They don't, like you said, they don't have a big lead. They don't have a big bank of money.
I guess it would
on
be
deagles
to secure your economy for the next round. But when you can win the round, like if he was in a 1v4, again, I'm okay with that. But he wasn't. Now,
bomb is back towards stairs over in mid, though. So very far away. And Steel, unfortunately, gets caught throwing utility in. But again, this is what we've seen out of teams like Nemiga. Not even teams like Nemiga. There's not many teams like that. They're just going to push against you. And for some reason, they seem to hit timings whenever you're throwing utility. Now, a good little kill out of mopoz. The problem is being pressured from so many different angles. But at least make it expensive, right? If you're going to lose the round, if you're not going to be able to save, a couple of kills would be ideal. Oh, that actually might have been really nice. MDS might think he jumped out the window, but he gets the kill either way. Now down to the 1-on-2. If he pulls off this 1v4, we're going to be saying Nemiga made as big of a mistake as shokz did last round.
Intelligent play so far from mopoz. Jo, he goes walking backwards. CT not clear, and now it's left onto speedak. mopoz has done a phenomenal job to bring this into a 1v1, but now he has to try and clear the final angles. It seems like speedak is ready and waiting. This is the last place he has to check, and speedak's so aware of where is Nemiga likely to take a decent lead on their T side.
Good flashbang through. But again, as you mentioned before, Movistar Riders seeming to lose out generally when it comes to control middle and the trades coming in towards middle. Be like first time we're seeing, well, second time we're seeing the op come through, and well, Steel again with the deagle. He spots the bomb out. And at least they have 55 seconds left on the clock to work with here as mopoz gets tagged and taken down by Jo, actually. But he had to have.
Oh, this spot with the deagle. Never mind. Good pre-fire coming in from MDS. Steel going back to the deagle. I'm pretty sure he's got more kills with the deagle than he has with a rifle. Now, the bomb's been dropped. There's only 15 seconds left. smooya, the time is ticking. It looks like he's going to go for the fight here. First player goes his way, but he can't quite correct the spray.
Nemiga's going to get pretty much full control of this B side here. mopoz trying to use the smoke in the corner to give him an angle to play with here, and it does give him one. As the T side is unexpecting of any players towards short, and mopoz pushes through. They're not going to expect this. Gets a second and a third as well. mopoz again. This guy is popping off in this match, up to 9 kills. Steel now picks up the reins, gets himself a kill. And honestly, it was looking all good for Nemiga, but now Lollipop has a chance to pull this off. And the 1-on-2 gets caught jumping through the window. And Movistar... Alright,
no available yet. And again, it's just going to be the straight up battle now. We've seen this fight happen multiple times. I think this is the first time... Well,
Riders... Or how often, not how bad, but how often they've been losing middle. Do you think smooya getting on an op in mid would change how the tide of these battles would go? Or do you think it would still continue just to be Nemiga generally winning out on the trades?
I think it would give them another avenue to play mid, be it passively or not. Nonetheless, this went into a 3 versus 3, and well, quickly, they have managed to close this one out. And in fact, he's going to be pop flashing his teammates as they push into mid. The problem is, it's now just going to be a straight up execution, and Steel is completely caught out of place. Was not expecting them to move this fast, especially before the utility lands. It was a time taken. Those smokes have not landed well at all. That cross is going to be almost completely open. Nemiga, well, they don't normally throw you. There's been a little bit of connector control from Alex in a lot of these rounds, but I guess they don't know he has an AWP. But he actually pushes this aggressively with an AWP. Wow. Alex feeling confident today. A little bit of that Spanish flair coming through.
A little bit too confident there. Yeah, that's definitely not the right weapon that I would, well, not the weapon I would push with.
Ooh.
And with mopoz getting aggressive and dying, I mean...
That... Which is only going to make things more difficult. The fact is, if somebody dies on the ramp, it doesn't matter too much. Although, he's managed to find the pick, and they haven't really done anything to clear him out. They need to get this bomb down. If he can wallbang it, there's actually a gap for him to get this kill, but because he took the first shot, he wasn't quite able to get it. That is such a risky plant from Nemiga, but they do get away with it. Player getting tagged up. The flashbang from MDS, though, is superb, and smooya while also buying an AWP. I guess it would only be if he wants to make sure he keeps everything, and in fact, they're going to go pushing in his direction anyway, and he will deny them retrieving the AWP. Sure, he goes down as well, and Lollipop...
Deep here so far. They've been looking for a couple of frags, but this is what we saw Nemiga do before, right? When they had like a 5-on-3, it's just sit mid, wait for Movistar to get aggressive, wait for them to get caught off guard, and now they're going to be the ones pushing through. His boss going to lead the charge up towards the A site. It's going to lose out against Alex, and it does put things back into a 4-all.
Yeah, the re-aggression not paying off, and really interesting that they're rotating more players into this A site. Like, you got a player in Deep Palace, you got a player watching into Connector. I guess they just have a real reliance on mopoz. As said, like, he's such a valuable player to have. MDS is going to go pushing through the Molotov, though, and this means he has to try and reposition into an angle where he can actually defend this off. However, mopoz, as said, every move he makes takes a new angle to have the fight to himself, finally gets put down, but at this point, he's already done enough. 2 kills in a position where he was nigh on surrounded, and leaves his team in a 3-on-1. MDS needing to land every single shot, and smooya is waiting for the swing. 9-6, decent resurgence, as said, from the Movistar Riders, and Nemiga probably going to be kicking themselves a little bit, because I feel like they could have had way more rounds in this half.
Of course it's going to be a yes, but I want to see how it's going to work against Movistar Riders, though. I want to see if there's an adaptation out of this team, if they've looked into Nemiga and expect how they're going to play.
Ooh, Speedak, I'm not sure how he gets away with 2 there, but still, Alex... shots, but he hasn't managed to finish his dinner just yet. Alex realizing at this HP, he really needs to find this duel on MDS. Thankfully.
I mean, if he wants to die early, he's just sitting there doing bicep curls. Nice little boost up here. Catches out Jo. There's still going to be 2 players left on the B site, and I wonder if Movistar are going to expect this. Well, now they're going to know at least. 1 player left to go. The rotation's coming through. MDS gets the kill, and going to look for the close range fight against shokz. Now Steel, as long as shokz just buys time, Steel's gonna have a perfect flank, but the CTs are pushing directly on towards him, and he can't seem to stay alive here. I guess the upside is they still don't know where Steel's gonna be, but with the positioning they're at, it's gonna be hard to have both kills, or even one kill. This box closes it out. Nemiga. Okay, Nade not really catching any damage. Movistar gonna pick up the pace, looking to rush through. They don't have a smoke for that Molotov, and you can see just one player out. Mopoz, somehow, he gets out, he gets a kill. His teammates are finally starting to trickle through now as the Molotov fades away, and Mopoz with the M4, can he get any more damage done? He gets himself another kill. smooya's here to help out the deagle and picks up an AUG. Movistar get the bomb down. This is very realistic. smooya, he expects SpeedAC there? No. The kill comes through. SpeedAC and Lollipop now waiting for the T's to get aggressive, hoping someone pushes against them, and shokz hits the deagle shot. Lollipop 1-on-3. Oh my god. Alright, shokz. You have redeemed yourself. And Alex might get caught off guard. We can see the player in towards underpass. I believe that's Box, who's just waiting. And what a wait it is indeed. He gets the kill into Alex, shuts down the mid pressure, which was supposed to be coming in towards connector. And Movistar now pushing without choreographing their push as well. No smokes, nothing being thrown in really, but Jayo gets the 2 kills he needs to help hold on towards his site. He even looks for a third. Nemiga gonna bounce back as smooya's left alone now against 3.
Oh, peak from 1, but, well, there's the trade almost instantly. It's gonna rely on, okay, firstly getting this kill. I think...
Oh, no!
Actually, mopoz has killed off his teammate. That is so rough. The player further up the stairs, SpeedAC maybe not giving the information over there. They now know there's a second player. The flashbang is spot on from MDS. Their way through the connector, but the remaining CTs might have already missed the boat. 2 of them actually going to go for the peak. The timing from Jayo could not have been better. And now for shokz, he's getting surrounded slowly as one comes in from the jungle. It doesn't even matter. Lollipop will
have a molly and a flash maybe to help assist them to get in, as you can see smooya doing relatively the same. They have to be careful though. That smoke's going to fade momentarily, and Steel's able to get the kill though. And will this change their plans is my question. As they do have that man advantage, even though Steel is on 1 HP, or 2 HP. Well, he's dead.
Jayo again. Done very well to find the timing to get those peaks. Orp still at the back of CT as well, with a bit of utility expended into the connector, but the CTs have already rotated in to double up. This setup worked so well last time. They've killed off the first, but they're not ready. They're not ready for Jayo to be here. Unfortunately, he's completely whiffed his shots. And shokz
to get in position. I think MDS had like a really quick rotate into T-spawn to get behind them. But when it comes down to him being left...
And he turned out it meant it was banging during the night and making a lot of noise.
Is that a British problem?
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that.
Be ready for this. Comes down to, can they hit the shots? Can they connect when they need to? And that's going to be MDS to get the first. Maybe that's going to be enough to stop Movistar on their tracks. And look at this. Box is even pushing behind them. So they're going to have to commit towards this B side. The option to be watching towards short. And, well, Movistar, they have no flashes. They have no utility to cover off this AWP or cover off MDS, who's just waiting towards bench to pounce as he gets himself a second and a third. And Movistar, no chance in this round. Nemiga again tied things, as you pointed out before. I think that was in the first half, having 20 kills. It's only up to 25 now, and on the side of Nemiga, they've been able to catch up quite heavily across the board to get a kill. Ooh, nice dink on the SpeedAC to force him out of position.
Lollipop's spot's not great. Like, it really relied on SpeedAC's angle to be able to cover him off. smooya, he actually gets out of there, spots a second player, so they've managed to put this into their favor. Both going to push through the jungle, which actually means that the plant that they've got is not ideal. Somehow shokz manages to win that battle anyway, and SpeedAC peeking back in. Nice flick. That's the first in his favor. This angle from Alex is not going to be expected, but is also insane, because if he misses his shot, he's definitely dead. Luckily, there is no way that SpeedAC...
But will Box spot out mopoz? Will he push into Steel? We'll still expect Box to be this close and 2 players, and, well, we're going to get our answer. It's going to be a no. But do they know mopoz to push this far up? Be a clean 1-for-1 trade. And there's nowhere they expect a second player. There's nowhere they expect SpeedAC to be here, so there should be another clean kill coming in for him. Great timing again, right when mopoz is about to throw something.
Back of the site with the AUG. Most of what they've spotted so far has been SMGs, so they might not expect anybody to just wide swing this. However, the hold from shokz is superb. No, Molly out default, trying to clear the players if they were still there, but they've completely switched angles. A spam onto smooya's perfect, and Alex is going to get pre-fired eventually when SpeedAC finds out where he is. The defusal will be coming in as well. The full 10 seconds. But dear Lord, speedak over the last few rounds has had a huge step up. 4 kills here.
And 2 Galils. At least they have the utility to get mopoz in towards the site, but they need to get these kills. And the Lollipop, he's going to fall to the close range, not even close range, mid-range, Mac 10. And somehow these SMGs are working out for Movistar, able to rescue these rifles just yet. They need to continue to hit shots as speedak gets a shot through the smoke while no-scoping, and now mopoz is going to be burned alive. Someone needs to go big here, and it might be all on the back of smooya as he still has 2 more to find, and luckily has Shock alive with 1 HP.
Oh, that's not good, though. He had the bomb. And as you said, very low. shokz as low as can be. Still manages to land the shot with the deagle. And actually, speedak, is he going to be using that AWP? Obviously, still having a pistol to his name. And shokz, almost certain that he's going to be peeking from the other angle. I think he's just spotted him. Or at least he's been spotted. speedak seemingly...
Oh!
No, but he lands the deag!
Work for you. Where's he going to be holding those? The other question. Over in towards underpass. That should be 2 players here, and Shock might have just saved the game here for Movistar Riders. Steel gets himself a 3K down to Lollipop and MDS. What a turner of events here for shokz. All right, well, MDS he'll pull one back. But will 1 be enough? Again, no weapon in hand here for MDS. mopoz will clean him up, and now it's all on Lollipop. 1 on 3. He does have to flank around from T-spawn, but you'd have to imagine this is too much to ask.
He'd need to pull off a pretty ridiculous play. But hey, a 1 HP 1v2 has just occurred. 100 HP 1v3? It's not impossible. Steel holding the angle, but he's pretty low on HP himself. So that could be a freebie kill and potentially an AK into his hands. He's going to cross over to the site, spot the player over on short. Bomb being tapped, but nobody being baited by it. smooya has the angle on lock, and there is no way in hell that Lollipop wins that. 10 or 11 rounds on that CT side of Mirage. But here we go. Quick push coming in. Jo, he's going to be blinded out. Perfect flashbang thrown from shokz. And in fact, they've just torn them apart. Speaking of smooya, a quick double entry into the site. Now ready and waiting for any sort of flank to come in. And, well...
a lot of their execute with smokes, right? On a map like Overpass, I still think it's extremely important, especially trying to get smokes down the right places when it comes to the A side, but more importantly, the B side when you're on the T side. Try to get the Molotovs at the right place, maybe get some smokes in towards heaven, towards graffiti, etc. But there's a mix of that. There's a mix of how aggressive teams are going to be allowed to play. We know Nemiga love to get aggressive, and I wouldn't be surprised when we get into their first gun round to see them get aggressive. Became aware and adapted to how they were. Oh, that's so dirty. That's so frustrating for speedak.
Get baited.
Yeah, I was trying to say that, like, because they saw the flash early on, maybe doesn't want to try to challenge it, and we already have, like, 1 foot in the grave here for his team. But with him going down box now, being flashed out, smooya completely blinded, has no support. So great job by Jo to open that one up. Will he continue to push off of this?
Maybe a little bit much, but Jo, he's been dinked up. A few players low. The push will continue onto this site. He's the only defender, at least for now. Going to be sectioned off. Molotov onto the truck. Nade almost kills him off. Got to try and make sure they've got someone defending, and Jo's swing will be caught. Lollipop with his spam through the smoke. He does manage to at least kill off 1 player. Still, though, the fallback's there, and Steel holding the line on the site. Likelihood is this will come back to a 1 versus 1 situation because Steel's so desperately low. The flashback from mopoz isn't going to help. Now, the man is 6-0. He's yet to die, and it's not going to change just yet.
He does have across the 4 rounds. Last round getting, or sorry, the round before getting a double. Movistar, though, just seemed to be wiping the floor with them. Oh, okay. Not bad. Jo almost gets a second onto Alex, who's down to 41 HP. But still around the map, Movistar are winning out in their duels. And, I mean, obviously to be expected considering we have a force up here with Twistzz and an SMG. Lollipop again, keeping consistent with that 1 kill per round. Rescues himself an AK, and slightly doable. The bomb is currently down, though in the hands of Alex as he just secures it and goes towards playground. If Lollipop wins this one going against smooya, there's a very easy chance they could pull this round off. I think now it all comes to MDS. We'll expect the push around from Monster in towards the B site, and it looks like no. Leaving things all on Lollipop's hands.
About it.
Oh,
Lollipop about to go peeking in. If he drops the bomb, this could actually win the round, and that's exactly what he does. As all he has to do here is just try and deny the plant. It's going to be the smoke thrown down as bait, but he is not falling for that bait. Lollipop with a superb performance in this round. And
straight through monster is going to be, I think that's MDS playing anti-flash. And Lollipop again. 2 more kills to add to the tally. He's up to 10 kills in 5 rounds. And shokz? What?
Oh,
shokz?
no.
Hello? What?
Muted possibility that he could be here because they've cleared most of the other angles. The rotation will begin to come in, but nobody's watching that direction just yet. Nobody has any idea that speedak is slowly sneaking his way through, but I feel like the longer the time ticks, the more likelihood is that they're going to check this angle. smooya left in the open, he falls, and now shokz. Well, he had 1 HP and killed 2 players. Surely 37 should be more than enough to take on 3. But the fact is, they're all healthy. They've got utility to play with, kits available. It would have to be a pretty big mistake, but that's not a bad start. First kill goes his way. However, Jo is not going to allow for any sort of shenanigans this time. Nemiga, they're going to convert the round again. A strong performance from the man himself, Lollipop. And they are the team because I don't know the buyouts of Nemiga, but I can't imagine they're insane. Like, I wouldn't think that they're off the charts, but you never really know, especially in the CIS.
I think I'm more of like the smooya route before, where it was more of like an attitude problem, essentially.
I don't know, because all the interviews I've seen from him, he seems very down to earth and very calm. So I don't know, but you can never really tell. Either way, thus far into the round, a couple of openers coming up. Jo looking to try and fight, and although it looked like he takes, somehow MDS can't even land a single bullet. The nade not quite going to reach, but there's 8 seconds. They have to go now. Bomb drop, round over. They don't need to fight this anymore. And smooya, all he can do is retreat and hold on to the AWP.
Yeah, 3 players pushing out towards Fountain, and shokz is actually going to push up into this. Flashbang might allow him to get a kill. He spots out 2 players, and well, he gets 1, but not the spray on a speedak. He does get the kill. The other player who could potentially rotate over would be Jo, since you have MDS so far pushed up by the grading at Monster.
The bait and switch. AWP up. Watching. Actually, it's not watching the angle, but still Lollipop manages to get the kill. 15 seconds left. 2 players now ready and waiting. The rotation has come in. You can see the players looking to spot, and Jo peeks behind. As you mentioned, like, they didn't seem like they were in the angles we saw before with like a nice little crossfire or anything like that. They were caught by the pistols. Good start though, as speedak is going to find the kill onto Steel, although it's quickly switched out. This is a horrible angle. What was he expecting from that? Like, it seems like in Box's mind, 1 kill is fine on the seat. It's like, oh, I got 1 kill. That's me done. All right, lads, you do the rest. And luckily they are.
As long as it's not an MP5.
You wouldn't say that if you were playing.
Well, bomb does get planted. 2 on 3 again. After plant situation from Movistar Riders. smooya with the AWP. Trying to retreat away. He's actually playing close towards long. He's looking for the 1v1 up against Jo. Or who's just going to 180 onto Lollipop and shut down one of the big fraggers. Flashbang going into long to allow him to go for the peak if he wants, or at least deny the player from pushing up further. But that's smoke going to deny him the vision onto MDS, who pushes up and gets the 1v1 against mopoz. Now smooya left alone against 2. Sitting behind truck, time is taken away. He gets the kill onto MDS, leaving it down to the one-on-one. Jo looking for the multi-frag once again, and he's not going to hit it. smooya connects the shot with a quick flick. Box, they seem to have reeled him in. They're going to send him towards connector instead. And speedak, this is very aggressive. He's only going to get 1 most likely from this. Trying to round the corner time. Can't hit the follow-up shot. And he does trade out the 1-for-1, but still.
Box, he has to kill Steel. That's a necessity. And I think even if he does, I'm actually surprised nobody tries to refrag that from the B site. Although Box, I don't think he even realized they'd lost it yet. So that's B completely under their control. mopoz aggressive, but he just about gets away with it. Isn't even going to sprint away. Just tries to fake out that he's still sitting there. And look how much time MDS has taken to try and clear all these angles. He's already walked all the way back to the site, but Jo, I think, caught him from above, leaving it into a 2v2 situation. The Estonian has been playing phenomenally well. Manages to land the dink and body shot to kill off Alex, and now it's left onto shokz. The clutch king, he's just defusing, but it will be the tap to close the round. This is the thing that confused me, is whenever there's a push into middle, it's only ever 1. Like, they never go with... Like, one of them has to do it. It's like Box goes, and then it's like, oh, it's my turn this round. So then speedak goes. I almost wonder why they don't play as a team, so then there's actually opportunities to trade. smooya's dead. Didn't expect anybody to be still in the connector area, and this leaves Geo as basically the lone defender. Somehow, it almost looks like he's trying to retake his own site, but he gets the timing spot on. And the remaining 2 players are a little...
Alex coming up short, though, with the bomb. They're not checking this direction. Geo's going to get the kill. Not going to... Oh, wait, what? I could have sworn that knife, even though I know you have a red knife and gloves.
I do.
Oh, shokz. He might be overwhelmed here. Okay. Nice little one tap on his speed deck, but he's going to fall. We still have 2 teammates here to help support the A site, however. But they're still going to go the way of Nemiga, getting the kills they need. shokz again. One mode. Aggression. One mode. Holding forward. Going to be mopoz flanking from long. But if oh my gosh, MDS gets the goosh right away, gets the follow-up as well, and not looking good here for Movistar in this pistol round.
Well, Alex had a pretty damn good Mirage, but they're going to need something ridiculous from him. Well, there you go. Box's success coming out from shokz. He's got to be careful, because there are now going to be multiple players looking to round that corner. However, the flash from mopoz sets him up. The trade going to be almost instant, though, from Box as he continues to put the pain down onto this B site. You can see the fallback from smooya after not really spotting anything, but it does, however, look like the T's might be thinking of backing away, although Alex is not going to make things easy for them. This
now over towards full restrooms. Bathrooms, whatever you want to call it. Jo again, continuing the streak, 26 kills, but I find it hard for him to kill mopoz here, who's obviously got the HP advantage at the moment. He's got the positional advantage. Jo shooting off towards steel. mopoz just going to be holding his ground. The bomb making its way in. Jo still looking for that kill, and he'd be unfortunately not able to get it. MDS alone against 3. Oh, okay. I was expecting mopoz to take that.
Okay. Oh, push coming in once again onto the B site. The simulator has begun once again, and mopoz lurking through the smoke. Damage not really being done, and Speedak, the last man standing, low on HP. Movistar Riders have quelled this beat. To
pick up an AWP and be able to battle it against him, and we've seen Nemiga kind of struggle in terms of the utility usage. So I don't really feel like they're really doing a great job of countering a player like smooya. That hurts. That hurts.
See you later, MDS, and they're losing battle after battle. Sure, mopoz got tagged a little bit, but realistically, don't know what to expect here. Just expending every piece of utility to stop them getting closer.
Twice a day, right? So I don't know how that refers to
no,
this
me
moment.
neither.
Steam, it just might have run out here for Lollipop and for Jo. It's kind of a shame considering that performance they had in the first half. But smooya, again, I talked about change up his positions. This time he's at B. Nemiga just can't seem to catch a break. Luckily for them, there's really no one at the A site.
Not quite in the position to do much with it. With 3 players ready and waiting, and the 4th slowly going to make his way in. This is going to be an incredibly tough take. That's the bomb dropped. Nothing to cover it off. They had a Molotov. They had an HE to potentially try and clear some of these angles, but in classic Nemiga fashion, they walk in. And while they've definitely not won this battle,
what?
And I don't think they're going to be winning the war.
Because why would you ever need to use a mouse when it was out of battery? Push back in towards B. mopoz completely blinded up. He was anti-flash for the first one, but unfortunate for the second. shokz now. All right, doing a pretty decent job here as he gets himself the first 2, playing ring around the Rosie with the pillar. Eventually, Speedak's able to close him out, but puts things down to a 3-on-3 and Steel. He's already on the rotate. He's already here. He catches out MDS, but he can't get the kill. But Alex, in the meantime, takes down Box, and MDS goes for the peek towards short to return frag, and he's met with his demise. Speedak all alone against 3, comes around right into smooya's op, and Movistar Riders, honestly, Tom, completely running away with this game. 15-11. smooya with some BM on top. It's looking like Movistar going to get themselves through to the finals.
Work out. And I think that's where you have to give respect over to Movistar Riders, because they were down. They were looking like they were in a bit of a rough spot. But once they got their 4-buys in, they just look by far the better team. And they've managed to quell any sort of ridiculous pushes, like running through smokes, like pushing just straight into the last few seconds of the round. And they've made it look fairly easy at that. Steel is going to add a second body to the pile. And although mopoz will go down, they're still in a pretty good spot. He's got a little gap in his smoke as well. Filthy angle, but does get traded. The problem is shokz has now caught one.
Really getting into the groove here. shokz, 26 kills. mopoz on 21. And smooya locks things down with the final kill.